Good morning. It is bright. Good morning. I wanted to kind of give you guys a show around in the morning and show you some of the things that we've been working on here the last week or two. Just walking Walter. My day starts at 5 a.m. and I get up and I edit and I work on garden planning for other people and enjoy my tea while it's still quiet before all the kids get up and craziness begins. And then I start warming up the milk for the baby goats. Naomi's already taken that out to them. She does a really good job of taking care of the twins that need that bottle milk. So she took that already, and I'm going to put Walter back, and then we're going to start our day. Alright, I had to put on my insulated bibs because it's been a little chilly here, and it's like 30-something degrees out. Oh, let me introduce you to a friend of ours that is always out here before we are. This is Chicken Becky. Chicken Becky has decided that she's too cool for school and she cannot be in the same coop with the other chickens, and she sleeps in the garage, which Luke is not happy about at all. And I will have to catch her and put her in with the other chickens when their new coop and run is finished, because we would really like to reclaim the garage space from the chickens. They go in there and they lay their eggs, and our nest boxes are in there because that's where that's where they want to lay their eggs. And so I put nest boxes in there so I at least know where the eggs are so they don't hide them. I'd like to reclaim that space and clean it out. What? You had your milk. This is Naomi. She does all chores with me. She is a fantastic help, and I couldn't do this without her. I love you. All right, let's get started. Naomi's gonna get some chicken food. I'm gonna get an egg that they laid in their coop while she gets that. If I can reach it. What are you doing in here? Get out. Go, go, go. Little rooster hiding. Climbing in a chicken coop is not my favorite thing. This was not built for humans. Oh, got it. Oh gosh. Whew. All right. Egg number 1. We're gonna go around and check on all the chickens. Naomi's feeding the big chickens. Naomi, there's a pan there with a lot of liquid in it from raining. If you put it right in front of you, if you put it in that one and in some of this other one, it'll absorb that liquid and help them be able to eat the powdery chicken feed. And put some in this one, please. There we go. There you go. And then the rest can go in that black bucket there. If you could go ahead and put 2 more scoops in that bucket, I bet the turkeys need feed. We'll go check on the turkeys and the first batch of baby chicks. Here we have the turkeys and the first round of chicks, and you guys need your coop moved. Let's move that. We were very fortunate to inherit this chicken tractor from a neighbor who she was done having laying hens and gifted us the chicken tractor. He does sound like a dog. We had snow come and it just absolutely crushed the top of that. It needs to be rebuilt, but for now, when it's not snowing, it works just fine. This is the problem. I put nesting boxes down here when I moved in the hay bale, but do you see that? That is where the nesting boxes used to be, and they are creatures of habit, and they refuse to go in the nesting boxes that are cleaned and down here because that's not where they've been going. They've been going in nesting boxes behind the hay bale. So this is why I don't want chickens in the garage.
Ready? Oh, yeah. Here's another one. Oh, gosh. Whoa! This one's about to lay.
Grab Go grab a couple of eggs. We'll put them in the nesting boxes.
Go grab a couple.
Yeah, get 3 eggs. Yes. Let's give them some space. We'll take this hay out and come back. Like I said, they are creatures of habit. And man, you're loud, Olivia. They also like to lay their eggs where everyone else is laying their eggs, because they like to get a clutch together and then one of them goes broody and sits on it. They don't really care if it's not their eggs, they just want to sit on eggs. So if you put an egg where you want them to lay, then when they see it, they go, ooh, someone laid here, this must be where we're laying our eggs. So hopefully we'll have no one else go and lay in that spot we didn't want them to lay in.
I'm a cameraman now. Always wanted to be a cameraman.
You're not a man.
Camera woman. Careful not to get shocked.
I know.
She doesn't want to go out here, even though there's hay.
She'll figure it out. I don't know what her deal is.
She's
Look,
just-
food! Come on, Flirty.
But I don't want to.
I think she might have gotten shocked on the fence. Come on. All right, let's go get the rest of the stuff ready, and then now that that hay's out, we can go get Athena. I'm gonna put a little bit of grain in here. Just because I know she's gonna come to me. You are so loud.
A loud one.
I know. They gotta sing the song of their people. All right. Make sure you stay over here. That way she doesn't hit you running past.
Mm-hmm. That chicken does not like Athena.
Gotta catch her before she eats it all. There's a chicken back there that, oh, are you mad? Because it's empty. It's empty, yes. Okay, come on. I know. Always. Every single morning. On the way over here, she has to pee and usually poop. Yes. You ready? That out of your system? Can we go now? Hmm? Flirty, come on. Come on, what are you doing? Why are you back here and everyone else is out there? Come on. Oh, goodness. Come on. Oh, is it because someone stuck a stick there? Well, that's probably scary for a goat. Hi, Moonbeam. All right, let's catch Miss Flirty. Hi, Miss Dang. Come on. Here she comes, Naomi. Did you forget what we were doing? Watch out, chickens. There she goes. You got that? So I get asked a lot about the bottle babies. Like, why do I have a mama that's nursing 3 and then a mama that isn't? And the answer to that is Flirty, my brown goat. She's the only goat left from my original herd that I had. And when I got her, she was like 7 years old, and she'd never been allowed to dam raise any of her babies. They'd always been pulled and put on the bottle. Last year she had triplets, and you could tell her mothering instincts were really strong. Like, she she wanted to take care of them. She was very protective. She wouldn't really let me go near them, but she was really confused when they went to nurse, and she kept like moving out of the way, and she wouldn't let them nurse, but she still was very protective. And that became a problem because it was March, it was very cold, and I needed to get milk in them. So I had to pull them and bring them inside and then come back out and milk her to get the baby some milk. This year we tried again, had a different setup, gave her her own pen, but the same thing happened again. Didn't have to bring them inside because she had her own stall. I just took her out of the stall and put her back with the rest of the girls, left the babies in her stall. So that was nice. Because last year we ended up having 16 baby goats inside the house, and I was not gonna do that again this year. Also, we have a dog this year, so that definitely wasn't gonna work out. So I'm glad for our different setup now. Something a bit new from the last time I walked you around the farm is I've started on the new chicken space. I am recycling fencing. If you notice, a lot of things on this farm are not new. Practically nothing on this farm is new. There was a lot of junk here from when we moved in. No one had lived in this house for 10 years, but they'd left their stuff. So instead of throwing everything away, we've kept a lot of stuff that we thought might be useful and have reused a lot of things. This fence I actually had 2 years ago with the goats, but they mangled it because they like to climb on fencing, which is why you have to use a strand of electric inside a hard fence unless you want them to climb on your fence. They will climb on it. So it got mangled, but I've done my best to straighten it out, and for chickens that doesn't really matter all that much so long as there's no holes. Comes around this big tree, and as you can see, this is handiwork from the goats. It is very terribly mangled, so this is the biggest problem spot that I have to fix, but I'm still working on that. But it comes back around here, and I have to put the posts in. It will turn this way and connect to this, which I'm working on, which is the new chicken house. And I decided to go for an elevated chicken house instead of one on the ground for ease of cleaning for myself. All these pallets are pallets that were part of the previous goat house that we took down, that you might have seen in the process of being taken down in the previous video. I'm taking it all apart and reusing it to build a chicken house. This section is getting so much closer, which is so awesome because we're getting really close to planting the main gardens, and I need the chickens to be contained. Because today, you guys, today is the official last day of presumed frost for our area. I am going to wait until Thursday for 2 more days to plant, because it looks like tonight and tomorrow night are gonna be still in the 30s. So I'm not gonna plant those frost tender crops just yet. Thursday should be sunny, and the nights from then on are in the mid 40s and higher. So I'm waiting for those things to plant them. But I want to show you one more thing, which is some garden space in the front that I've already started. I had to put up a electric chicken netting around this area while it's being tilled and while the chickens aren't contained, so that they stay out of it. I did make a really stupid error, and I put, oh, some of them did survive. I put the goat netting around here because where I had them stored, the goat netting was on top of the chicken netting, and instead of taking the time to take the goat netting off and get the chicken netting, I opted for the quicker route and I took the goat netting, which was bad. Don't do that. Use the appropriate tools for the task that you're doing. Trust me, just trust me. So what happened was I've had the goat netting around and it worked for a really long time, and then I have one sneaky chicken and that they can get through that fencing. She got into my bok choy and like dug up and ate half of it, which was really upsetting. And I couldn't fault her for it because I'm growing food in the ground and it looked enticing, and she thought, I want to scratch in that, and so it's my fault. But I got the chicken netting out, put that around, and she hasn't gotten in since because they can't get through it. I was so mad at myself. I immediately went inside and I started seeds for like 300 more bok choy just out of spite for that chicken. So I started more of the purple lady bok choy, and I have some like really mini bok choy that I got for Luke because he loves bok choy. So I found these cute little mini bok choy, And I started like hundreds of those too, just to plant out because I was so mad about that chicken. I started peas on these and they're already coming up. My favorite kind of pea ever in existence that is starting on this trellis. I actually used all the seeds I had left of this variety. I'll have to get more next year because here they are. You can tell they're not just green, they've got some purple purple leaves coming through. And this variety here is called Sweet Magnolia Tendril Pea, and as you can see, it gets these little frondy tendrils which will grab onto the trellis and they will climb everywhere, which is why it's great to have it against a cattle panel trellis. I just kind of wing it as far as spacing goes. Anywhere you Google how to space things, you're going to get a different answer. So last year I did the Charles Dowding method of multi-sowing, and I had them in the garden across the street, and I used the crib mattress frame from an old crib, and I zip tied that to a T-post and had them climb up that, and it worked great, except I had it horizontally, so it wasn't very tall, and so I did know that I was going to need a lot more trellis space for them. So that's something I learned from last year, which is why this is a 16-foot cattle panel that's just arched all the way around, and I've got peas planted on both sides, a different variety of pea on this trellis back here. But instead of doing the multi-sowing method of 3 seeds together every 6 inches, I just did like a seed every inch, and it's gonna be a ton of peas and it's gonna be awesome. So I basically put like 30 seeds across the front of this 4-foot wide trellis panel on both sides, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know. All I know is they're coming up out of the ground, and that is super exciting for this time of the season because I just want stuff to grow. Well, those are the changes that we've made up to the farm so far and the produce that's growing so far.